Hello, everybody. So today we did learn in that society we do have different privileges and disadvantages that some people might not know and what they can go through throughout their lives. As writer, anti-racism, and speaker Peggy Moncontosh explains in her essay "White Privilege: Unpacking the Invincible Knapsack," she does discuss the topic of white privilege and how some people don't know the privileges that they might unknowingly use. Once they recognize it, they might be oblivious or even abuse it. It can also connect with with society and discover cultures, race, gender, and disadvantages, and even far as to discrimination. It's also known as intersectionality, and everybody has one. So, what is my intersectionality? Well, I'd like to go ahead and share and explain the disadvantages and advantages that have to do with my culture and how I am best described. How do I identify myself, you might ask? Well, I am a female working low class heterosexual active Mexican American who wants to continue doing what I do, such as being a hardworking woman and continue following traditions that best identify me, but know the privileges, power, and even disadvantages I'm going to come across. One of the disadvantages I am gonna come across to as a woman is that it can be scary going out alone, especially whenever I'm by myself, and know that violence towards women is very common nowadays and more likely to experience domestic or sexual violence toward more than men. Another disadvantage that I always feel very protective of my parents whenever I'm in public and feel ready to say something if anyone were to discriminate against them, but because of the stereotypes that are said about us, like being drug dealers or even smugglers, or speaking a different language and being told, "This is America, learn to speak English." Although there may be some disadvantages that we may come across too, there are always some privileges that help best identify me in good ways too. Being in a heterosexual relationship, I'm always feeling safe when I'm with my boyfriend in public, knowing that he is there to protect me by holding my hand and making me feel comfortably close to me at all times. Also, as a Mexican American, I feel comfortable with being myself, with anyone who is outside my culture, and love showing my cultures and traditions. Sharing food, music, recipes, and clothing is a great way to show others who I really am and what I'm exposed to. Today, I was able to look into my intersectionality by identifying myself and explaining the disadvantages and privileges that best describe me. Although I didn't really go into depth about my important traditions and cultures I follow, I was able to identify myself and see what the downsides and advantages that best suit me. As Peggy says, keeping most people unaware that freedom of confident action is there for a small number of people props up those in power and serves to keep power in the hands of the same groups that have most of it already. It has also taught us to use unearned privileges, but to not really abuse it once you know you have the privileges. Thank you so much.